You work hard every day, set big goals, and push yourself. But your results stay frustratingly average. What if you could skip the hustle harder advice and make massive progress with tiny actions that take less than 5 minutes? In this video, I'll share 5 micro habits used by top performers that science proves will explode your productivity, focus, and results faster than any 2-hour morning routine ever could. I discovered these micro habits when I analyzed the daily routines of Fortune 500 CEOs, Olympic athletes, and neuroscience researchers. The pattern was clear. They didn't have more time. They had better systems. The problem is, most people waste energy on complicated routines that burn them out in a week. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to implement these 5 game-changing micro habits that compound into extraordinary results. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most people start their day reacting to whatever screams loudest: emails, messages, other people's emergencies. But high performers do something completely different in the first 2 minutes. The 2-minute brain dump is simple. Before you check your phone, before you open your laptop, you grab a piece of paper and write down every thought, task, and worry swirling in your head. No organization, no prioritizing yet, just pure mental download. It takes 90 to 120 seconds maximum. Research from the journal Psychological Science found that our working memory can only hold 4 to 7 items at once. When you wake up with 20+ competing thoughts, your brain is already maxed out before you even start working. Dr. David Allen, creator of the GTD method, explains that your mind is terrible at holding information but brilliant at processing it. This brain dump clears your mental RAM. Neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman notes that this externalization reduces cortisol levels by up to 28% because your brain stops using energy to remember. You're literally freeing up processing power. First, keep a notebook and pen on your nightstand, not your phone, an actual notebook. Second, the moment you wake up, before touching any device, spend exactly 2 minutes writing everything in your head. Email boss, worried about presentation, need groceries, call mom. Third, don't judge or organize, just dump. Fourth, once it's on paper, circle only your top 3 priorities for the day. Common mistake: people try to solve problems during the dump. Don't. Just capture. For instance, instead of writing "figure out why I'm stressed about work," just write "work stress. Deal with it later." The goal is speed and release, not solutions. But clearing your mind is just the beginning. This next habit literally rewires how your brain focuses. This next one is crucial because most people destroy their focus without even realizing it. Every time you switch tasks, your brain needs time to recalibrate. But there's a way to hack this transition. The 10-second reset is a micro-pause between every task transition. Before you move from email to a meeting, from a meeting to creative work, from work to personal time, you stop for 10 seconds. Close your eyes, take one deep breath, and ask yourself one question. What does success look like for the next 30 minutes? A study from the University of California found that it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus after an interruption. Task switching creates what psychologists call attention residue. Part of your brain stays stuck on the previous task. This works because you're giving your prefrontal cortex a hard reset signal. Dr. Gloria Mark, who studies digital distraction, found that even micro-pauses of 10 to 15 seconds significantly reduce cognitive load. Japanese productivity expert Ryder Carroll calls this intentional transitioning. You're choosing your focus rather than letting momentum drag you randomly from task to task. First, set a visual trigger. Put a small pause sticker on your laptop, your desk, or your phone. Second, when you finish any task, see the sticker and physically stop. Close your eyes if possible. Third, take one 4-second inhale through your nose, hold for 2 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds. Fourth, mentally preview the next task. I'm about to write for 30 minutes. Success means completing the introduction section. Then begin. Common mistake. People skip this when they're in the zone. Don't. Even 5 seconds between deep work sessions prevents burnout and maintains quality. For instance, instead of going from writing slide 1 straight to slide 2, pause and ask, what's the key message of slide 2? This keeps your work intentional, not automatic. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful that takes just 3 minutes. Most people don't know this, but your energy isn't random. It follows predictable patterns, and tracking it for just 3 minutes can change everything. 3 times a day, morning, midday, and evening. You spend 60 seconds rating your energy on a scale of 1 to 10 and writing 1 sentence about what you were doing. That's it. 3 minutes total per day. 9/10. Just finished deep work on project. 3/10. After scrolling social media for 20 minutes. 7/10. After 10-minute walk. Research from the Energy Project found that most people mismanage their energy because they're blind to their patterns. You might think you're a night person, but data might show your peak creativity is actually 10 a.m. if you didn't check email first. This works because of something called metacognition, thinking about your thinking. A Harvard study tracking 238 professionals found that those who monitored their energy patterns increased productive hours by 34% within 2 weeks. They weren't working more hours. They were matching high-energy windows to high-value tasks. Behavioral scientist B.J. Fogg explains that awareness precedes change. You can't optimize what you don't measure. First, set 3 daily phone alarms. 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 8 p.m. work for most people. Second, when the alarm goes, immediately rate your current energy. 1, exhausted, to 10, unstoppable. Third, write 1 sentence, what you just did and how you feel. 6/10, back-to-back meetings, feeling drained. Fourth, after 7 days, review your notes. Look for patterns. What activities boost you? Which ones drain you? When is your peak focus window? Common mistake, people try to track too much. Mood, productivity, food, sleep. Don't. Just energy and activity. For instance, instead of writing feeling slightly anxious after coffee around 3 p.m. following a stressful client call, just write 4/10. Client call plus coffee. Simple wins. But wait, there's more to this. Once you know your patterns, this 4th habit helps you protect your peak hours. You've already watched this far, so let me share something powerful. Your biggest enemy isn't laziness. It's saying yes to the wrong things. Before you say yes to any request, a meeting, a favor, a project, you pause for 1 minute and ask 3 quick questions. Does this align with my top 3 priorities this week? Am I the only person who can do this? What am I saying no to by saying yes to this? Answer honestly, then decide. Warren Buffett famously said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. A study in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who frame decisions as don't do X instead of can't do X are 8 times more likely to follow through. This works because you're creating a deliberate decision filter. Every yes is an automatic no to something else, usually your actual priorities. Productivity expert Greg McKeown calls this essentialist thinking, protecting your highest value activities. Your time is finite. This habit makes it sacred. First, when someone asks for your time, say, let me check my priorities and get back to you in 1 minute. Second, literally set a 1-minute timer. Third, pull out your top 3 weekly priorities from your Monday planning. Ask, does this request align? Fourth, ask, can someone else do this? If yes, delegate or decline. Fifth, ask, if I do this, what gets sacrificed? Your workout, your project deadline, time with family. Sixth, respond with clarity. I'd love to help, but I'm committed to X this week. Can we revisit next month? Or yes, I can do this Friday at 2 p.m. for 30 minutes bar. Common mistake, feeling guilty about saying no. Reframe it. Every no to the wrong thing is a yes to the right thing. For instance, instead of thinking I'm letting them down, think I'm protecting my ability to deliver excellence where it matters most. His brings me to the final secret, and honestly, it's the one that ties everything together. Ow. You might be thinking I already track my tasks, but this is different. Most people end their day and immediately disconnect. High performers do one tiny thing that compounds into mastery. Before you shut down for the day, you spend exactly 5 minutes doing a daily review. You ask and answer 3 questions in writing. What worked today? What didn't work? What's the one thing I'll do differently tomorrow? No elaboration, no journaling, just bullet points. Total time, 5 minutes. Research from Harvard Business School found that employees who spent 15 minutes reflecting at the end of the day performed 23% better than those who didn't. Even 5 minutes creates massive gains. This works because of the spacing effect in memory, reviewing information shortly after experiencing. It strengthens neural pathways. You're basically programming your brain to learn from every day. Psychologist Anders Ericsson, who studied expertise, found that deliberate practice requires immediate feedback loops. This 5-minute review is your feedback loop. Japanese concept of Kaizen, continuous small improvements, relies on this exact reflection practice. You're not just doing the work, you're getting better at doing the work. First, set a calendar reminder for the same time each evening, ideally right before you stop working. Second, open a simple note app or notebook titled Daily Reviews. Third, spend 2 minutes on what worked. List 2 to 3 wins, finished report, said no to unnecessary meeting, used 10-second reset before client call. Fourth, spend 2 minutes on what didn't work. List 1 to 2 struggles, got distracted by email, skipped morning brain dump. Fifth, spend 1 minute on tomorrow's adjustment, pick one thing to improve. Tomorrow, phone in drawer until 10 a.m. Common mistake, people turn this into therapy or lengthy journaling. Don't. Keep it tactical and brief. For instance, instead of writing, I felt overwhelmed today because I took on too many commitments and didn't set boundaries, which made me feel like I'm not in control of my life. Just write didn't work. Said yes to 3 meetings. Tomorrow, use 1-minute priority shield. Keep it actionable. The magic happens after 30 days. You'll have 30 data points showing exactly what moves the needle for you. Not some guru's advice, your personalized success blueprint. Let's quickly review what we covered today. Number 1, the 2-minute brain dump clears mental clutter. Number 2, the 10-second reset prevents attention residue. Number 3, the energy audit reveals your peak performance windows. Number 4, the 1-minute priority shield protects your focus. Number 5, the 5-minute daily review compounds learning. Remember, transformation doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from tiny habits repeated consistently. You have everything you need to 10 times your results without adding hours to your day. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is implementing these 5 micro-habits. None of them require willpower, special tools, or perfect conditions. They require 15 minutes total per day. Don't wait until Monday or next month or when things calm down. They won't. Start with just 1 habit today. I recommend the 2-minute brain dump tomorrow morning. I promise you, 90 days from now you'll look back and realize these tiny shifts created the breakthrough you've been chasing. If you found this helpful, hit that like button so more people can discover these micro habits. Subscribe for more science-backed productivity strategies that actually work in real life. Drop a comment telling me which of these 5 habits you're starting with. I read every single one and I'm genuinely curious. And if you want to learn how to eliminate procrastination forever using neuroscience, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.